Pete Buttigieg, Mayor Pete. Mayor Pete said some interesting things. He ran to the right. He was super progressive. I think Mayor Pete would have been harder to beat than fucking Joe Biden. Joe Biden? That's who the establishment... Okay, bring it on. Fucking Joe Biden. Bernie Sanders is going to go the gauntlet. He's going to go all the way to the convention, right? He's not going to drop out for the unity and all that shit. He shouldn't. If he does, then that's, really we should just quit giving people power. We should just quit putting a shit ton of power into individuals. We need to, create a system where the people just have the power and there's no leadership whatsoever. They're going to rob, they're going to take it. They're not going to take, I guess, the goddamn Democrats are fucking Republicans. The Democratic voters are right-wing conservative fucking Republicans. Jesus Christ, anybody know what the fuck is going on right now? So Pete Buttigieg admits, remarkably, that Bernie Sanders, while it costs $50 trillion for BernieCare, right? This is Pete Buttigieg. Pete Buttigieg says $50 trillion. It's how much BernieCare is going to cost, but Bernie's only come up with $25 trillion. Okay, Bernie, where's the other $25 trillion going to come from? So that means Pete Buttigieg, remarkable admission, says that Bernie Sanders already knows how to pay for half of BernieCare. Half of BernieCare is already paid for. So the question is, where is the other $25 trillion going to come from? Well, shit, we're already halfway there, right? So all we got to do is just figure out how to get over that next hump. That's Pete Buttigieg, right? So $25 trillion, we can start a lottery system for America, not just state lottery, but a U.S. lottery system. How can we make money? We could nationalize Walmart, nationalize Facebook and Google, and just take all their profits and make sure that it's, set up fairly and equitably, and they're not like doing a bunch of crazy illegal shit. Private corporations, they can do whatever the fuck they want with your, information. You gave it up to them willingly, Okay, so BernieCare, which is also Medicare for all. BernieCare is going to save America about $1 trillion per year when it comes to administrative cost. There's so many studies that have come out. There's one that said $600 billion are going to be saved. Another one says $450 billion, and then this, with the drug cost, admin cost, and then there's also lots of different savings too. Lots of different savings in other ways too, instead of just like administrative costs. You also have, when it comes to American health care, let me just read these facts to you. Okay, so Colorado's trying to pass a health care bill. It's not an actual true public option. It's Obamacare, subsidies for private insurance, but that's the first step in the right direction. Jared Polis had told me that Colorado is going to try Medicare for all model that would be used for the rest of America, but, he lied. So American U.S. health care is actually 4 times more expensive than Canadian health care. That's how great capitalists we are. We're so great at capitalism, we're paying 4 times more for our fucking health care than Canada, and getting shitty, lackluster care from doctors and administration who just don't give a goddamn fuck. So our costs are more expensive, our care is substantially less. We're not a very good capitalist. If we're smart capitalists, we want to pay less, right? We want to make more and pay less. Our costs are more expensive. Our care is substantially less. This is ridiculous. There's this study published in the PLOS Medicine magazine, or online somewhere. University of California. They reached 22 studies. They researched 22 studies, and they concluded that no matter how you slice it, universal health care is going to be cheaper than America's current status quo healthcare system. Administrative cost is $700 billion. So that means no matter if you do BernieCare, Elizabeth Care, it doesn't matter if you do Obamacare, no matter what you do in terms of universal health care, do the Denmark model, do the Sweden model, Canadian model. We have, every other country in the world's model to compare and contrast. So just take all the world's 100 countries who have universal health care, compare and contrast all of them, and then, maybe even get some polling and find out what those countries believe in. What do those countries actually believe in? Well, do they like their health care? Are they happy with their health care system? What could be improved? So on a scale of 10, are they happy with it? If if not, what do they think could be better? If so, do they still think it needs improvement? So we can actually, just take from the world, see what the world's done, and then just do exactly what they've done. So whether we have the Sweden model, the Finland model, the Iceland model, the Norway model, the Denmark, German model, the Canadian model, it doesn't matter. We will save money in America. So Pete Buttigieg, let's assume his numbers are correct. I heard it was $30 trillion, so that means that Bernie's already come up with $25 trillion. We only need $5 more trillion. But let's say we need $25 more trillion. Okay, we need 25. So how are we going to get $25 more trillion? Where is $25 trillion or $5 trillion, depending on, So this is over 10 years, right? So if we're going to save $1 trillion per year with the prescription pills, we save $300 billion because we can use BernieCare as leverage. So now we're saving $300 billion with the cost of prescription pills, and then $700 billion we're saving with the administrative cost. So there's thousands of insurance companies out here. All of them have a shit ton of red tape and bureaucracy and the terms and conditions and a legal department and human resources and this and that, a whole corporate structure just to, pretend that they're going to care about you, but really they're trying to profit off of you. It is evil. It's straight up fucking wicked. Is it slavery? Is it akin to as evil as slavery? It's up there. I mean, shit, hey, give me $1,000 a month and I'll give you, all the health coverage you can possibly think of. Meanwhile, they take that money and then they spend it on, all the medicine and all the tools and equipment. So for health care, they spent all that damn money to get health care, but the whole point of the corporation was to rob them motherfuckers blind, to make suckers out of them dumb motherfuckers. Yeah, you gotta pay a co-payment. That's right, the premiums. Yes, you have to pay all these things. Even the Koch-funded Mercatus Center, the Mercatus Center, it's, fucking Republican. But they're saying that $2 trillion are going to be saved in net savings over 10 years with the single-payer system. Even the Koch-funded, they say it's cheap. We will save money. The Mercatus Center. $2 trillion over 10 years. So there's the Yale study, the Harvard study, Yale, they're published PLOS Medicine, University of California, 22 different studies. Every single one of them says America saves money. Every single one of them. Healthcare in Cuba is 13% of their GDP. So Cuba's got a lot of problems. But one problem they don't have a shortage of doctors. They don't have a shortage of nurses and doctors. In fact, they're probably got too much. They're oversaturated with doctors. It's like shit. Everywhere you look, there's a fucking doctor. Yes, my health is fine, doctor. Shit. Quit asking. I've been exercising. I eat right. Why do you keep asking? Fuck. The current total American healthcare costs are just $4 trillion. Just, 18% of the GDP. We're paying 18% of our GDP in healthcare costs. Meanwhile, healthcare in Cuba is only 13% of GDP. So percentage-wise, we're paying more, just like with the Canada thing. Yeah, so 3.6 round up, so $4 trillion. Hey, America, I'll give you some good healthcare. Just pay me $4 trillion. So we pay 2/3. Our government, our American government, already pays 2/3 of all these costs. So we spend $4 trillion on, healthcare in America. You know who's paying for all that? Well, you got Social Security's paying for it, Medicare, Medicaid. You got the VA, you got TRICARE, local and state spending. You also have, people don't think about this, but the government employees, they got some private insurance for government employees. So that means your Mitch McConnell, your Rand, Pauls, and your Jared Polises, and your Donald Trumps, all of them and their family get government-paid health care. All the Republicans who fight tooth and nail to make sure that you don't get any health care, because we still got, 40 million Americans without health care. They're going to fight tooth and nail to make sure the coronavirus spreads to anybody and everybody. And they're going to have, they're going to sit there and tell us not to have health care. Meanwhile, we're paying for their fucking health care. Taxpayers, U.S. subsidy. You know, we're giving the goddamn government officials our hard-earned working class dollars so that they got universal health care. So they get private insurance, right? The good stuff. So we don't just pay for a nice, you know, universal sort of bus service, but we pay for, you know, a private drive around in you know, luxury sedan, a Lexus. They get a Lexus in terms of health care. Meanwhile, America gets, you know, maybe a clinic. Maybe you can grab a few condoms from the local clinic if you're lucky. Maybe you got a good job. That would be, you know, so tax subsidies also for private insurance. The expansion of Medicaid. So Obamacare didn't have a public option, but it was health care, free health care in some respects, because they chose us to, made us pick private insurance, but it was paid for by government subsidies. So it turned out to be free health care in the long runs anyway. So in some respects, Obamacare did cover more people, but it didn't offer a public option, and it was not specifically government health care. They were not an agent in the market, no public option. Meanwhile, Bernie says, fuck all that shit. I'm not going to do it like Jared Polis. I'm not going to do it like Colorado. I'm not going to do it like Castro or Stalin. I'm going to do it like Denmark. I'm going to do it like Sweden. I'm going to do it like Finland. Harvard Studies, University of California, Mercatus Center, Yale, Harvard, University of California, Mercatus. They're all saying in the Annals of Internal Medicine, Hunter College, University of Ottawa, all of them, every single one of them. BernieCare, you save $600 billion on administrative cost. Average American pays $2,595 on administrative cost. Canadians pay $500 per year on administrative cost. So we're paying over $2,000 per person more. So Canada spends 17% of its budget on the U.S., and the U.S. spends 34% of our budget on health care. So we're spending more with government, we're spending more privately, we're getting shitty fucking care, less people are getting covered. It's, and everywhere you slice it, BernieCare makes good economic sense, and if you're working class, you know that health care helps you out, right? It helps make sure you don't die. The Yale study, a study was published by Lancet by researchers at Yale University of Florida, or at Yale, and University of Maryland, University of Florida. Look at all these universities. They established BernieCare saves $450 billion, $2,400 in annual savings per American family. So you save $2,000, $3,000 with BernieCare. Every American in, America saves $2,000 to $3,000. Not to mention, you got 45,000 to 100,000 Americans who die because they don't have health care. So we can prevent Americans from dying. And that's actually just the moral argument is such a big argument because that's fucking ridiculous. We're the richest country in the world, and some people out here die because they don't have health insurance. So the coronavirus, yeah, it's going to kill that homeless guy. It's going to kill all these poor people. But you think that their decaying corpses ain't going to get on the hands of the person, of the grave digger, of the priest, of the supermarket, of the doctor? We're as healthy as the least among us. So you let that poor motherfucker get coronavirus, now we all dead. If coronavirus is going to kill us all. I don't really buy into the hoopla, but they're trying to say, don't look at the Wall Street crashing because Bernie was just elected. Bernie Sanders made Wall Street crash. So BernieCare, a.k.a. Medicare for all, saves, administrative costs $600 billion when it comes to prescription. I'm just going to say $1 trillion a year. So when Pete Buttigieg says $25 trillion, $30 trillion is what I've heard. He made it $50 trillion, but we still got $25 trillion. So how are we going to get the $5 trillion? Well, over 10 years, we're saving $1 trillion per year. So over 10 years, we save $10 trillion. So where does the rest of the money come from? If Bernie already has $25 trillion and we save $10 trillion, a penny saved is a penny earned. That's $35 trillion. So $35 trillion. We already figured out $35 trillion, and that makes 50 trillion sounds fucking 30 trillion sounds insane, but 50 trillion, come on. You're just making gazillion. You're just going to make up numbers here in a second. Fucking $50 trillion. It costs $50 trillion to maintain this sick society where nobody gives a fuck about each other if we're dying and sick. Oh, you got diabetes? Oh, you got colon cancer? Oh, you got some, life-threatening disease? Well, fuck you and fuck your life and fuck your family. I don't give a fuck if you live or die. I'm an American capitalist. I'm not going to pay for you and your family. I don't care if you got the coronavirus. I don't give a goddamn fuck how many diseases you spread amongst you fucking poor. We live up on the top of a mountain. So we ain't gonna catch all the shit you motherfucking poor pieces of shit catch. We're fucking rich as shit. Let the poor people die of coronavirus and AIDS and HIV and all them, bad... Fuck all those fucking... Oh, fuck everybody! Fuck everybody! Until it comes into your family, until it comes inside your household, until you fucking get it. And then all of a sudden, oh, no. Holy shit. Maybe I should have voted for Bernie Sanders, since now I have the coronavirus and I'm going to die. Maybe I should have voted for Bernie. Maybe I should have put a check mark next to Bernie's name. Maybe I should have not only voted for Bernie, but got lots of other motherfucking people to vote for Bernie. Maybe I should have tried. Maybe. So yeah, BernieCare saves us trillions of dollars. He's already got $25 trillion. So if you agree with Pete, he's already got half the cost. We're going to save $10 trillion over 10 years at least when it comes to the prescription drug cost, when it comes to the administrative cost. All these insurance companies, they got this big corporate structure. So all that shit, all that paperwork, all that, then it'll just be through a single payer. Just one single payer. You could also use that single payer to negotiate. In fact, they raid Social Security all the time, so they probably could use BernieCare to leverage that to pay for other programs in the government, because it'll be such sound economic principle. The government's going to pay for whatever happens. If you're an American in America, maybe charge people $1 just to get respect. But if you go to the hospital, you go to the clinic, pay them $1, they get $1. It's not huge. It's just a principle. You walk in, act like an asshole. You better, give me care. Doctors and people, that's not good. You want respect on both sides. So, I think charging $1, that would save some money. A lottery system that would, maybe nationalize McDonald's, nationalize Walmart. But paying for half of it, we're halfway there. I say if we get half fucking BernieCare, if he's elected, if he gets 4 years, we should be happy. We should be happy with the half of BernieCare. It means that we're almost fucking there, and the subsequent administrations, it'll just become, the way of America. We got fucking universal health care now because of Bernie Sanders. So, Bernie Sanders, BernieCare actually saves Americans money, lots of money, $2,000 to $3,000 per family. Do you want to save money? Do you want to save $2,000 to $3,000? It's going to raise the taxes of the wealthy and the rich. And middle class, our taxes will go up marginally, but we're saving $2,000 to $3,000. So, in terms of the savings, the administrative, the prescription costs, come on, guys. Come on, guys. What are we doing here? Why are we? What the fuck's going on? We're not going to cover everybody. We're going to leave We're going to leave old Sally Sue and Jimmy John out there without no fucking health care. Why would we do that? Why is everybody else has health care but old Jimmy John and Sally Sue? Just going to let them die of the coronavirus, and then their fucking corpses. Why would we do that? That doesn't make sense, America. I think we could do better. So let's do better. Freedom!